In this video, I'm walking through the exact steps I would take to audit and optimize a page for the term custom plastic injection molding. And the results of what this looks like would be a more than 50 times traffic increase for this brand compared to the current #1 ranking website for this. Let me show you what I would do. So first, I looked at search results for the key phrase custom plastic injection molding. And here is that phrase if we look in Ahrefs and the current ranking websites, just to get an idea of what's going on, who's ranking, how strong the websites are, and is there even potential for a site that is DR17, like plasticosiri.com, to compete for a key phrase like this. And based on what I'm seeing here, we have Protolabs at #1, DR71, Xometry or Xometry 74, Thunderbird Molding 15, Texas Injection Molding 25, Custom Plastics Inc. 23, 51, 2, 20, 32. This tells me that at DR17, which again is not an official ranking metric, but it gives us an idea of how well a website in this level or in this competitive level with this level of authority could rank for a key phrase like this here. And to me, this says there is a chance for this if everything is set up correctly for them. Now, first thing I would do then is see what's going on from a content perspective. And in Ahrefs here, you can see 2,800 words of content for Protolabs and 4,200 for Xometry or Xometry here. Now, we can look at this a couple of different ways. One is just looking manually at the sites to see what is Protolabs doing, how is their page set up, what kind of conversion elements do they have, what kind of content, imagery, text, things like that. And as a quick glance here, they have optimized title here for the exact phrase that they're ranking for, custom plastic injection molding. And this, to confirm, if we look here, this is an H1. So as you can see here in the code, and as I hover over it on the left side of the screen, you see H1.hero to title. There's other tools you can use to check some of these elements here. This is just a quick way to do it without any additional add-ins to your browser. And then we have some additional text here, going after some informational type queries as well. What is plastic injection molding? Then as we go through here, just some nice conversion or style elements to break things up. Conversion elements would be like the buttons here for getting a quote or uploading a part. Then we have a table here, and these are critical for helping rank not only in AI, but featured snippets as well. And it makes it easy for humans to read through this content and quickly glance and understand what's going on. And then another conversion element here, more imagery, more internal links here to other pages on the site, another table. So this page is set up very well, has multiple conversion elements, multiple internal links to other pages on their site, and is set up not only for them to rank for the primary key phrase they're targeting, but also dozens or hundreds of additional keywords. And if you, again, go back here to look, the Plasticosiri page this is the one that I'm working on auditing to see how this can be improved. This page here ranks for 6 different keywords and gets 67 visitors per month. This page on Proto that we just looked at ranks for 331 keywords and gets 3,900 visitors to this page every single month. So massive value for them here by just ranking for this specific key phrase, and then obviously hundreds of additional keywords as well. So one other thing to look at then is just getting an idea of #2. So we look at Xometry or Xometry, and we can see their site and their page here. Same thing, custom plastic injection molding service they added in here as well. But this is the first part of the H1 optimized for them. And just to double check here, confirm this is H1. You can see here again, H1, and then in the upper left, H1.css-. So that is also their H1. Now they have also a start your quote. So call to action item here for conversion right away. Get an instant quote up at the top as well. And then they are also targeting some of these additional keywords. And then they also have this helpful snap menu section here on the left that is very useful and makes it very easy for us to look through this content here. Also a table here for them, more conversion elements, drop downs here for each of these different FAQ type items, more conversion elements and other links to other pages on their site. So again, this page is set up very well, not only to rank for the keyword they want to rank for, but other keywords and phrases and dozens or hundreds of other keywords too. So what would I do if I was going from or working on this page here to attempt to target a key phrase like custom plastic injection molding? You can do this a number of different ways. One would be to look at these two sites and see how much content they have, what are they optimized for, how are they ranking, or what are they doing to get their rankings, I should say. Secondly, would be using a tool like NEURONwriter that I have here to compare them and look at all of their elements that they are using on their site in terms of H1s, H2s, content, word length, any of those types of things. So what I'm doing here is I've put in custom plastic injection molding, and it shows here the sites that are ranking for this term. And we can look at just proto and exometry, but we can also add in some of the other ones here. And if we just you can confirm here, Thunderbird Molding, this is their homepage. Texas Injection Molding, homepage. Custom Plastics, homepage. And then we have Rodon Group, that is an internal page. Molding Dynamics, homepage, and then Spectrum Plastics is also an internal page. So for this analysis here, let's just look at these 4 that are internal pages, because the content is likely going to be set up a little bit differently for them. And we're also including the top 2, which are both internal pages and both ranking extremely well for what they want to rank for. So if we go here, we'll just continue with 4. This will give us an idea of the expected word length, what H1s, H2s, H3s to use, what keywords and phrases to use, and how many times to use them. And then we can work to build the content to optimize so we have the best chance of ranking for this keyword. So a number of things here you can see. First is in the upper right, you can see the number of words that we need to, as an estimate or as an average, to have on the page to be optimized for this keyword compared to the top 4 sites that we just selected. You can see 932 words. Then if we look here at the headings, you can see the recommended H1s to use and how many times, H2s and H3s to use. And these are all just recommendations. It's not a guarantee if you have all of these elements on your page that you're going to automatically rank number 1, even if your page is optimized and considered to be the best optimized from a content perspective. But we have then the article items here, which are the keywords and phrases to use and how many times to use them. And then an extended list as we get to the bottom here of additional keywords and phrases and how many times to use them. So this gives us a pretty thorough idea of what the websites that are currently ranking for this keyword are doing and what we should likely do on a page to be optimized for the same keyword or phrase. So let's go to this document here. Number 1 would be review existing ranking sites. I should say top ranking sites here. Number 2 would be analyze content and optimization factors. Then number 3 would be build content and optimize. Now, this part number 3 is the biggest key here at the point we're at now to figure out what needs to be done. And we can do this a number of different ways also. One would be to take the outline here, more or less, or to take the information here to build an outline using either this tool here or using something like ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude, whatever you want to use, to build an outline of how the content should be created. So we can do that, or you can use AI to write the content completely for you. And what I'm going to do is just write the full content here. We'll see how Claude does for this for us, and we will output this here. So let's go here and I'll just generate a title here, custom plastic injection molding services, plastic mold. That doesn't make sense. I'd probably use brand name here instead. So this would just be brand name, and you can use this for whatever brand you are. And then we'll generate the description here as well. And it looks like it's set a little bit long. So if I were actually optimizing this page, I would spend a little bit more time looking through here and making sure that all of these services and items in here match perfectly. What this is doing is just adding in all of these recommended terms here from this description. But for the purposes of this demonstration, that's fine. So next would be then to build this piece of content, and we need 932 words. So I'll go back to Claude here, write me a detailed article that is about 932 words long. It is titled Custom Plastic Injection Molding. That should also be the H1. Then I'll go back to NEURONwriter here, and we don't need to add all of these into the H1. It's already done. I'll copy these H2, H3 terms here. You can kind of see behind my video, but it just copies the whole term. So you just click on that and then include these H2, H3 terms within the content as it makes sense. Use them naturally, and they all do not need to be used exactly. Create the content so it reads well and makes sense for the end user. Okay, so I pasted those in. Now Let's go back to NEURONwriter here, and I'll go to the article tab and copy the basic terms and then terms with suggested uses. So you click on that, go back to Claude here, use these keywords and phrases within the content as many times as recommended. Make the content read professionally and easy to understand. And then I will also copy the extended version here as well. You get down at the way bottom here, extended. Usually there's more extended here, but apparently the basic version here captured a ton of them. So extended is very few. Just copy these anyway. Go back to Claude, paste those in here as well. And then I actually have a more detailed content prompt that I use, but for the purposes here, you can get solid content like this with just using this. But I will then copy this again just to clarify and confirm. Now, based on all of those details above, write me a detailed article about 932 words long. It is titled Custom Plastic Injection Molding. That should also be the H1. I think it's pretty clear what we're looking for here. Now I will also say, give me the provide FAQ section at the end with relevant questions and answers to help us rank better for those types of queries. Provide structured data FAQ page markup as well. Give me the full output in HTML so I can copy paste. Now, this should provide us with exactly what we're looking for from a content perspective that we could then use for adding to the site with optimized content. Again, I've talked numerous times about content, creating content, and different ways to do it. You can do it this way, but I would still recommend manually editing and revising this content to make sure there's no issues, there's no discrepancies between what you provide, what content, what AI content is giving you, and also manually editing the content will generally provide you with a better output than just using AI content completely out of the box. But it's completely up to you how you want to do this. So we have here the output now. We're getting the script here. This is the structured data markup for FAQ page. And we can also build in other structured data types, article, and things like that. But the key here is this, for this is just to do this single data type here for this article. And then we have article data type here as well, H1, then all this. And then it is adding the question entities here as well and building this in. So this is good. This is good here. So I'll copy all of this and I will take this back to NEURONwriter. And you click on the three dots here and the little code thingies, paste it in here and double check it's all in there. Click OK. And we'll see how this did for first version of content for us. So it looks like slightly over on the expected range of the term custom plastic injection molding. That's in there 8 times. We only need it 1 to 3, it says here. So that'd be something to edit potentially. But in general, it gave us a little long on the content length. It's at 1,136 and we needed 932, which is fine. It has us though as the top optimized content page based on the competitors here. The highest of all competitors is 82. This piece of content is 85 based on the keywords and phrases. So again, this is just version 1 of this content and something that you could potentially use right out of the box if you wanted to. But I, again, would recommend making additional edits to this. And this also has the FAQ section here that you could include on the page to work to rank for some of these other keywords and phrases and work to rank in featured snippets and AI as well. So this gives you a full understanding of what to do to review existing top ranking sites, how to analyze content and optimization factors, and how to build content and optimize it. One last note here on this is if you are working this and building this for your specific site or your page, I would also recommend to add in different elements here, tables as needed, and other conversion elements. This content out of the box here, probably not going to convert extremely well for you if you just paste this in here and paste a small call to action at the end. So I would definitely work this up a little bit more to include some of those other elements so you have a better chance of landing the deals you want based on the content you're creating. That's it. Hope you got some value from this video. If you did, subscribe to my channel. I'd greatly appreciate that. And I'll see you on the next one.